Hey there, this is Anthony Metivier, and you're watching the Magnetic Memory Method channel on YouTube. It's the place for using the natural abilities of your imagination to learn and memorize and recall anything whatsoever without spaced repetition software or external devices, just the power of your imagination. Now, of course, you can also use your imagination in conjunction with all those other tools, but what would it be like if you could just use your brain on its own without all this clutter? That's really what this is about on this channel. So if you're interested in that, subscribe if you haven't already, and come to magneticmemorymethod.com. There's a free video course there for you. Now I'm going to talk about parenting, which I don't know anything about because I'm not a parent yet, but I'm going to be one, hopefully, ideally, pretty soon. And I was thinking about three things that would really, well, I would like to focus on when I am a parent, and they all have to do with memory. The first one would be to not impose memory on my kids. So, I love my dad to death, but he always used to say, how lucky I was to be able to go to school. He only made it through to grade 3, as it happens, and I'm not even sure that he went away with a grade 3 diploma. I have to ask him sometime exactly how that played out, but he was sort of never properly adopted. He was in a orphanage, Catholic orphanage outside of Montreal in the Eastern Townships area, and never got to go to school beyond that. And he always reminded me of that. And in some ways I wonder if I didn't symbolically try to eliminate that constant message about how lucky I was to go to school by going to get a PhD, and not only a PhD but 2 MAs along the way. And of course the BA that you need in order to get the first MA. Anyway, the whole thing is I would want to avoid using the memories of my life to condition the present moment and the future of my children. And I think that that's really, really important. Something that we could all do is not burden them with our own past. Tell them about our past, of course, but not necessarily say, oh, you're so lucky in comparison to me, because life, when we make it a game of comparisons, is a painful thing to go through. There's no need for comparison. Anyway, not judging anybody else or saying that my childhood was terrible, because I had to hear this all the time, but it certainly influenced the shape of how that I went about accomplishing certain things. Now, the second thing that I would want to do for my children with respect to memory is, of course, expose them to the beauty and the power and the elegance of memory techniques, and do so as soon as possible. And I'm not sure the best ways to interest them so that they are able to use them, but I want it to be an available tool for them, and I want it to be distinct from whatever they'll be learning in the school system. Assuming that I surrender them to the school system, I might homeschool. I'm not sure. But I think it's a pretty exciting thing to ponder, how to introduce them to higher learning. And the third thing that I would really, really like them to be able to experience when it comes to memory is the beauty of just natural memory and having things be worth remembering in life. And that means lots of travel. It means lots of fun experiences with a bit of a ritualistic component to it. So, life isn't the same all the time, but I remember so many families that I knew that it was August, first week of August, they went to the Okanagan, for example. I'm thinking of a friend. I'm not sure if it was the first week of August, but there was this ritual. That's what they did. And these touchstones, these milestones, these things to look forward to and then to remember, and the compound value of those memories over time, because you've hit the milestones or the regular patterns again and again, I think could be quite extraordinary. Now, of course, you want to do it in a way that it doesn't become a burden, which means making the things that you do in a pattern ritualistically be really, really, really exciting and something to look forward to, so that the memories that you have of them become more and more profound over time. And that was something that really I kind of lacked as I grew up, or at least was surrendered to, the power of schools like Hot Dog Day or something. That was pretty regular. And I remember getting hot dogs and chocolate milk, and not that healthy of a ritual, really. Anyway, those are my 3 things that I am thinking about as I prepare to be a parent, and I hope that all flies. I've been to the doctor. All the blood tests are looking pretty good, and we'll see. In any case, I've been thinking a lot about it as well, because I did a recent opening up the doors for the Magnetic Memory Method Masterclass. And a lot of people that I spoke to on the phone when I called them up said that they had heard one of the interviews on the Magnetic Memory Method podcast with one of the kids that I've interviewed and their parents, and thought, if those young people can do this, what am I missing? And the extraordinary thing is that it's not that you're missing anything at all. It's just that you have more of something that they don't have, and that's called years and years and years of experience with memory palaces, or potential memory palaces, for example. You got so many buildings that you could reach out to in your memory and create memory palaces from that you can use for memory. Plus, you've got the potential to get a whole lot more, because kids, they don't have the freedom to go into endless cafes and restaurants and whatever else place you might go as a free adult in free society. And not only that, but you have years and years of reading novels, watching movies, listening to music. Mind is just loaded with so much stuff to make connections with. And ththese kids on these podcasts, links are below to those podcasts that you can listen to, download to your desktop and share around with people. They're doing miracles with their memory with limited palettes of experience. It's just not rocket science once you get into this stuff, and the miracles that you can perform with a small amount of training and practice are just absolutely incredible. So check those out. And again, if you're not subscribed to this channel, the Magnetic Memory Method channel, which is under my name, Anthony Metivier, please do so, and come over to magneticmemorymethod.com and make sure you're subscribed to the website itself, so you can get that free video course and updates about when the podcast comes out, which is normally every week. There's over 125 episodes. It's a memory university over there at magneticmemorymethod.com. So I hope to hear from you in the comment sections, in the comments below. Click share, like, all that fancy stuff that people do with their machines. Boop, 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 boop. It's very, very good for the world when you take a stance and claim the power of your natural imagination for yourself and pass it on with others. And the best thing you can do is learn these techniques, do something awesome with them, and then teach somebody else what they can do with their mind as well. And so, until we speak again, keep yourself magnetic. This has been Anthony Metivier from magneticmemorymethod.com, and do it, if for nobody else, for the young people in the world, because they are going to benefit so much as the information world grows and grows, and they'll need the tools to navigate their way through it in order to become the brilliant geniuses that we all have the potential to come. All right, sayonara. Talk to you very, very soon. Bye-bye.